Hello today. I have a question for you. Do you know that trauma is a silent killer? I bring that up and some people are surprised and like, why you talk about trauma all the time? Well, I am on a mission to expose hidden trauma because trauma is a silent killer. How is that true? Because we dismiss trauma, because we think that it doesn't matter, yet the body keeps the score. We negate trauma because it's not that bad, and the body keeps the score. And we compare trauma to what theirs is, and ours isn't as bad as theirs, so I need to just suck it up and deal with it, and the body keeps the score. And you notice how I keep saying that. There's a book out there, The Body Keeps the Score, and if you haven't read it, that'd be a good thing to pick up. But it's not an advertisement for that book so much as for you to pause and see what's going on in your body. Do you have things going on in your body that you don't have an explanation for? Well, I have a assessment for you to take to help you see if those things are caused by trauma in your life. And I have a story for you, or a question, another question for you. Have you ever seen a big skyscraper or building destroyed in a safe way? It's called implosion. And watching a building go straight down when they blow it up can be beautiful. It's like if destruction could be beautiful, that would be beautiful. But I did studying of that when I was writing my books, and I wrote about it more in my book Because You Matter, about implosion. And to implode a building, they just don't go in there and throw explosives around. They have to study the building. It takes months and months to study it. It takes specific strategy of where exactly to place the explosives. They have to pay attention to the weather and everything so that when they come to that time that they, hit the button, that the building falls completely down flat because of gravity. It uses the force of gravity to work with that. So it's a strategic thing that has taken place when a building has been imploded. Well, what does that have to do with trauma? It has everything to do with what I learned in my life. I had a lot of very strategically placed, seemingly little things that had happened to me. It's like they were all set up in a very strategic way by the enemy of my soul. And I played a part in it from my own ignorance as well, because, the devil is not under every rock. And once I learned that, and God showed me that, He started to dismantle the explosives in my life and started to bring me out into healing so that I could thrive and stop just barely surviving with all these side effects in my life of depression and suicidal ideation and eating disorders. And I would bite my fingernails until they would bleed and all sorts of other things that I would do that were harmful to myself, because self-defeating behavior in so many different ways is a side effect. It's a trauma response. And so I want to help you to get free so that trauma doesn't silently eat you away from the inside out, because a great majority of sicknesses and diseases and the cause of death is traced back to trauma. And no, I'm not making a big deal out of it. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing in your life that you're like, oh my goodness, it's been bothering me for years and years. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be one thing, and then another thing a little bit later. It just was like paper cuts. Like 1,000 little paper cuts is what it was like in my life. And so I want to help you. If you have these side effects, or maybe if you're not even sure, I am going to post the link to this assessment for you to find out. And I dare you to be courageous enough to find out so you can thrive, so you can heal, so you can get to the other side, so that the building of your body does not get imploded by trauma. And that's because I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you, and I want you to thrive. Until next time.